So many people think weight loss is some sort of action you have to take, like painful, sweaty, exhausting exercise or dieting. But that's a lie. Burning fat is something your body already does. Well, what it wants to do. The problem is, most people nowadays have a weird fat-hoarding bug inside them, swimming around in their bloodstream. Sadly, if you have this, you won't lose a single pound until you flush this out of your body. But once you flush that thing out, you'll effortlessly torch off stubborn body fat, shrink your waist size, lower your cholesterol, and have skyrocketed energy levels. But you need to take care of this fat-hoarding bug first. Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm here to tell you losing weight does not have to be hard, even if nothing has worked for you in the past. Because in this video, you'll see why, despite all your efforts, fat cells don't always respond to strict diets or exercise. I'll show you the real reason you haven't been able to lose weight, how this bug is tricking your body into storing more fat, and a super nutrient that can help you fix all that. So, for your own good, listen carefully, because after watching this, you'll know the truth. You see, what scientists recently discovered is that if you're overweight and you have stubborn excess fat you can't get rid of, no matter how hard you try, your body has actually been hijacked. Right now, a swarm of biomarkers swimming in your bloodstream is literally attacking your hormone system, forcing your body to gain, keep, and even add on excess fat, no matter what diet, exercise, or lifestyle changes you make. This attack on the hormones inside your body stops you from burning fat, and you can't lose any weight until this is fixed. This condition is called suppressed leptin syndrome, or SLS for short. Now, most people have heard of leptin. It's called the I'm full hormone. That's because it tells your brain when you've had enough to eat. It's actually produced by your very own fat cells. When your fat cells get full, they produce this appetite-controlling hormone. Then when it reaches your brain, you have that feeling that you're done eating. You want to push your plate away. But when your fat cells are empty, there's no leptin. So your brain starts to think you're going into starvation mode. So it slows your metabolism down to a crawl. It makes sure that anything you eat refills your fat cells. That's what's going on when you feel that even lettuce makes you gain weight. But the surest way to tell your leptin is low? You feel like you can't stop eating, even when your stomach is bursting at the seams. Sound familiar? Now you know why. But here's where it may be affecting you the most. If you're doing everything right and can't make the scale budge, or you keep rebounding, or you seem to gain weight when you eat less, there's a reason. You see, studies are showing that a rogue chemical inside your body is basically making your brain leptin blind. That's where you're making enough leptin, but your brain can't see it. Like how a colorblind person can't see certain colors. This chemical finds and glues itself to your leptin. So when it reaches your brain, it can't recognize it as leptin anymore. So your brain thinks, there's no leptin. I guess it's time to refill those fat cells and start to put the metabolism in first gear. And that is where we find most Americans today. Like there's a hidden switch that just blocks your body from using fat for energy. So what is this rogue chemical that's making your body go leptin blind? It's a chemical called C-reactive protein, or CRP for short. They look like this. They kind of look scary, don't they? Well, they are scary. Life Extension News says CRP binds to leptin, latches on, and holds them hostage, like this. And once they've held on, they don't let go. When that happens, your leptin can't get to your brain. With the CRP wrapped around it, it's too big and can't break past the blood-brain barrier. And because of that, your brain never actually sees the leptin. In other words, not only has your brain become blind to leptin, less leptin is reaching your brain in the first place. That's why your brain thinks you're starving. It thinks it needs to store body fat at all costs. So it makes you feel like you're hungry beyond belief, and it forces your body to turn anything you eat into fat to be stored in your fat cells. It's everything you don't want. And all this because C-reactive protein is hijacking your leptin hormone. That's why Dr. Oz said on his show, C-reactive protein tells us how much of a battleground there is inside of you. It's what makes your body fat stay right there no matter what you do. So in order for your body to lose weight naturally again, you must get rid of the CRP stealing your leptin. It's that simple. And here's the good news. You can start flushing those nasty CRPs out of your body as early as tonight with 3 simple tips I'm about to share with you. Now, some of these tips may sound weird to you, but if you follow these steps faithfully, you can eliminate as much as 75% of the current CRP in your body. Tip number 1, eat breakfast at 6:24 a.m. every day. The first thing I recommend, set an alarm clock for breakfast and eat at the same time every day. It could be 6:24 a.m. or whenever. It sounds silly, but if you do this, it sets the timer for the day. With this, you create a habit of waking up and going to bed at set times. Following a routine like this helps with your circadian rhythms. That's the natural rhythms of your body. Now, some people ignore these rhythms, but that's extremely costly and causes high levels of C-reactive protein. You see, when you follow these natural rhythms and sleep right, your body goes into autophagy. Autophagy is where your cells remove and recycle junk protein like C-reactive protein. Autophagy is incredibly powerful. A Harvard Medical School study shows you can reduce CRP in your body by as much as 61.6%. But what if you don't sleep properly? Chief Medical Editor Howard Lewine, MD, writes in Harvard Health, too little sleep, lower levels of leptin, and causes as much as 2.6 times more CRP. That's a double whammy. Not sleeping well causes lower leptin and more CRP munching on whatever leptin you have left. In short, lose weight by sleeping right, which brings me to my second tip. Tip number 2, go on the 12-hour diet. Can you lose weight without dieting or exercise? Salk Institute attempted this in an unusual study. Dr. Mercola reports 400 subjects were divided into 2 groups. One group was told they could eat anything for 12 hours a day, but then had to stop for 12 hours until the next day. 12 hours of eating, 12 hours of fasting, on and off. The second group, however, could eat whenever they wanted. Midnight snacks, weird dinner hours, you name it. The results at the end were astounding. The 12-hour dieters were 25% slimmer. Both groups ate the same way they did before. Neither group changed their diet, exercise, or anything. But what was even more amazing are the CRP levels. In another study using the 12-hour diet, you can see that both groups started with similar levels of CRP. The gray bar shows people who ate whenever, and the black bar represents the group that fasted. As you can see, 12-hour dieters reduced CRP by over 50%. What's more, after the experiment, CRP remained significantly reduced for the 12-hour dieters. So if you want to kill the CRP stealing your leptin, go on the 12-hour diet. Now both these tips are well and good, but the fastest and easiest way to flush the CRP straight out is to eat an unusual type of bread that's been scientifically proven to remove CRP. Tip number 3, eat this bread. This bread is called ogbano bread. Now, even though bread is typically loaded with fattening carbs, this particular bread includes an ancient tribal powder hidden in its recipe, originally known only to tribespeople found in this part of Cameroon, Africa. What's fascinating is this tribe has lived a mostly modern, sedentary city lifestyle since the 1950s. About half of the tribespeople have become overweight and sick. The other half stays lean and strong and fit despite their new life in the city. These people have the same background, the same DNA, and for the most part eat the same food. The difference? The people who make up the lean, healthy half of the tribe regularly travel the short distance out of the city, back to the lush canopy of the rainforest, in search of their ancient tribal secret, the magic powder found inside ogbano bread. The powder comes from a strange exotic fruit seed found only in Cameroon. It's called Ervingia gabonensis, or IG for short. It looks like this. Now, I know it has a long, confusing name, and it doesn't look like much, but in a recent clinical trial, using the highest standards available, a double-blind, placebo-controlled human experiment they found the same exact fruit seed used by the tribe's people in Cameroon drove CRP levels down by 52% without changing diet, without changing exercise, and without anything else. But that's only half the story. As you now know, when you flush CRP out of your body, your leptin won't be held hostage anymore. It can travel up to your brain and your body will burn fat again. Well, you can imagine what happened to the folks who took this Ervingia gabonensis. They started to naturally, effortlessly lose weight. In fact, every person taking this seed extract, male or female, old or young, began to have body fat melt off their body without trying. How much? Well, that's the most unbelievable part. Throughout the study, these people on average lost a whopping 28.1 pounds. But some even lost 40, 50, or even 78 pounds. However, let's not forget, people also reduced their overall body fat by 18.4%. That's a fifth of your body fat gone, and watched in amazement as their waist size shrank by 6.7 inches. What's more, ailments across the board like cholesterol and glucose imbalances all fell off the charts. Literally. In another randomized controlled study, which followed metabolic syndrome patients for 12 weeks, results showed waist shrunk by an average of 3 inches, a 29% drop in triglycerides, and almost 60% of all patients saw their metabolic syndrome go into remission. Remember, this is just in 12 short weeks, with no changes in diet or exercise. But that's not all. When my team and I were able to find the purest form of this seed extract and tested it, we started getting results like this. D. Jeffrey of Columbia, Michigan said, "After just 2 weeks of using IG supplements, I lost 22 pounds of fat, including a lot of fat off my gut. I'm amazed at how fast the weight is falling off me. Already my jean size has dropped from 36 to 34. Tiffany W. of Petersburg, Florida wrote, "I tried several diets and tried to stay away from the foods I loved, and nothing seemed to work. I might have lost a few pounds, but it would always come back. I've been taking IG supplements for 6 months now, and I'm down 33.5 pounds. From Peter Bennett, "It stopped my cravings for sugar and helped release stubborn fat from around my stomach better than anything else." An unsolicited email we received said, "I've lost 22 pounds, 10 kilograms, and I'm now very fit. I climbed stairs and ramps with no problems. I walked 5 miles very easily, and I feel healthier. Nothing else I tried has done this." Another ecstatic user told us, "I have energy. I'm remembering things. I'm in a better mood. I lost 6 pounds in a week and a half, and my overall physical and mental health has increased dramatically." But the most dramatic results come from Mike Henke. He wrote, "I lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks, and I feel great. I knew this was working for me when I noticed my pants were not as tight, and I lost all that weight without going to the gym. It suppressed my appetite. I have more energy, and I sleep well. It really works." Now, those are amazing results. But I must warn you, after more and more people started getting results like these, there was a lot of hype. In fact, there wasn't one, but 2 Dr. Oz segments on IG supplements. He called it a breakthrough supplement and a miracle in your medicine cabinet in one show. And in another episode, he said, it helps those hungry hormones a lot. Even Fox News wrote, helps overweight people shed pounds and lower their cholesterol. And Reuters reported, extracts from the plant seed inhibit body fat production. But unfortunately, this led to a lot of scammers creating fake IG supplements, flooding the market. You may have even seen their ads using the more common name of African mango extract. Let me tell you, you absolutely do not want an IG supplement made by an unproven manufacturer, using a cheaper source of the IG fruit, farming and extracting in the wrong way, with low or poor standards of quality. In certain consumer tests, fake IG supplements were of such low quality, you may as well be eating sawdust. In fact, if you were to go to your nearest Walmart or CVS to find bottles that say African mango extract, what those labels aren't saying is that what's inside the bottle is probably an extract of the fruit, not the seed. Pay close attention to this, because studies on IG prove that the fat-burning effects come from what's inside the seed. This is also a reason why you want to avoid bottles that have a patented formula. When you see patented on the label, what that really means is you have no idea what's inside the bottle. It could be sawdust for all you know. This means you should be looking for 100% pure, unadulterated IG in the right amounts in order to have maximum health benefits, which you can only get if it's grown, farmed, and extracted in a certain way, like the Cameroon tribespeople I mentioned earlier. So you can imagine getting your hands on real, pure Ervingia gabonensis IG seed supplements is surprisingly difficult and expensive. Now, when we first looked into this, we almost decided that putting together an IG supplement using real IG wasn't worth it. The time, energy, and small profits would hurt our business. But we also knew if we didn't do this, unethical companies would keep selling fake IG to people who needed it. People who needed to quickly flush out CRP. People who have tried almost everything but still can't lose weight. People who have been lied to by the weight loss industry on what works and what doesn't. And we knew we had to make a stand. That's what we did. We did the math. And as long as we market direct to you and stay out of the stores, we can keep this affordable. But we don't know how long we can keep doing this. It all depends on our sales. But for now, it's available for you here. We call it Bioleptin. Bioleptin is the purest and most potent form of Ervingia gabonensis seed available to you. It's how those folks I mentioned earlier were able to lose on average 28.1 pounds, 6.7 inches off their waistlines, 20% of their body fat, not to mention the host of other health benefits, without changing any of the food or exercise they were doing. Bioleptin is made in a sterile GMP certified facility and goes through rigorous independent third-party testing, which means Bioleptin is non-GMO, contains no additives, fillers, or preservatives, and it's the purest form of IG you can find. In fact, it's so pure and so potent, it's guaranteed to flush out maximum CRP from your body, allowing your leptin to reach your brain, so your brain can tell your fat cells to open up and start using your body fat for energy, to convert the food you eat into fuel instead of fat, and you begin to naturally and effortlessly find the inches falling off. What's more, you'll find your energy levels shooting straight up again. Cravings and hunger pains disappear virtually overnight, and now actually keep it off for good this time. You'll wonder how you ever existed without the self-control and focus you'll now have, where saying no to stress eating is a natural desire you have inside your body. IG will lower cholesterol levels, reduce arterial plaque, lower glucose levels, reduce inflammation, reduce risk of heart attack and stroke, and more. All this from the seed extract of this strange fruit seed. But then we thought, how could we help you lose weight even faster? And we found a mineral that nearly every American is deficient in. A mineral that regulates your hunger, just like IG. So powerful, carb cravings and appetite plummet by 50%, shrinking caloric intake roughly 400%. And we found an advanced version of it with 35 clinical studies conducted on real humans. It's called Chromax, a clean, pure source of chromium. But most importantly, it's been proven to destroy up to 68% of CRP in your blood. Frankly, removing that much CRP is like opening the floodgates for your leptin. Not only that, Chromax is about 1,500% more bioavailable than other forms of chromium, which is why when you look at the studies, Chromax is so effective in helping people lose fat and overall body weight, while also keeping lean muscle mass. This is important when you not only want to lose the fat, but also want to avoid feeling weak, tired, and frail as the weight comes off. Now, to see these changes in your body, you need 200 to 400 micrograms of chromium a day. The recommended minimum amount is only 50 micrograms. And since most Americans only get half of that, we wanted to make sure you'll get enough chromium day in and day out. That's why we've included 1,000 micrograms of Chromax. And when Chromax and IG come together as a single formulation inside Bioleptin, excess fat naturally, effortlessly releases from your body. The cravings, hunger pains, low energy stop, forcing your body to burn fat, making you feel like you again. Feel great in your new body, beginning in as little as 3 weeks. That's what Bioleptin can do for you. Now, as I've mentioned already, using only the purest and most potent IG, along with advanced chromium, is not cheap. We are taking a risk here by taking a stand and getting this into the hands of as many people as possible. But in order to protect our business, we've started with a smaller initial batch. We need to know people are willing to pay for bona fide genuine IG instead of cheap fake versions online. This means we have a very limited supply. So here's what I'd like you to do. Because you've taken the time to watch this presentation, I know you're dead serious about losing weight. In order to get the ball rolling, I'll give you a one-time opportunity today to try a 30-day supply of Bioleptin 100% risk-free at a special non-public price that's not available anywhere else. So you can relax, take your time, try it for yourself, and see how well it works for you. All I ask in return is that you let us and others know about your results. Now, because of the quality of ingredients involved, Bioleptin normally sells for $99 a bottle. Remember, this is the IG seed that produced the almost miraculous study results I showed you earlier, and the same seed the Cameroon tribe sprinkles into their food to stay lean and fit. It's guaranteed to kill CRP and release your leptin, causing natural, effortless weight loss. And because your hunger, cravings, and appetite go down significantly, we found that a single $99 bottle replaces over $200 a month in food you won't be eating anymore. But you won't pay that. Because you're watching this presentation, I know you're someone who wants the best for themselves. Someone who's ready to live the life you've always wanted. And that's why for you, today only, you can get your trial bottle of Bioleptin at an introductory price of $69. That's just $69 for 1 month's supply of Bioleptin, or a mere $2.30 per day to natural, effortless weight loss. Just try 1 bottle and see it's everything we say it is. And if you don't feel your cravings going away, your energy returning, and your excess fat naturally melting off, simply let us know and we'll give you a full refund, even if you used up the entire bottle. Just contact us anytime within 1 year and you'll get back every cent, no questions asked. We only want raving customers, and we know you'll be euphoric when you experience what Bioleptin does for you. That's the power of real Ervingia gabonensis. It took us a lot of energy and effort working with the people of Cameroon to source this pure IG for you. That's why we're so confident it will work. Of course, I know there may be people who will use it and ask for their money back even if it works. But from past experience, we trust people to be honest. So get your risk-free trial bottle of Bioleptin at an introductory price of $69. That's $30 off what everyone else will pay. And that's not all. As a thank you for being here today, we're going to lock in that price for you for all future orders. This lifetime discount is available to you and you only on this presentation today. While everyone else will be paying $99 or more, you'll only ever pay just $69 for as long as you wish. Once you place your order, you'll be taken to a page that looks like this. And once you fill in your information and confirm your order, your bottle of Bioleptin will be shipped out and arrive at your door. Claim these reports absolutely free. Now, in addition to getting real, genuine IG that will help you naturally, effortlessly lose weight, I want to make sure you get the most of your new Bioleptin. Report number 1. That's why I'm going to send you a copy of my special report, Quick and Easy Ways to Flush CRP Out of Your Body. In this presentation, we've talked about 2 methods already: sleeping with your natural rhythms and the 12-hour diet. Those are tips you can act on tonight and start lowering your CRP levels, leading to natural fat loss, even before your first bottle of Bioleptin arrives. But to help you accelerate this, I've put together a report with 8 other easy ways you can flush out your excess CRP, starting right now. Inside, you'll discover how a simple glass of wine can lower your CRP by as much as 65%, but only if you add a few drops of extra virgin olive oil. Why walking downstairs close to bedtime can decrease your CRP levels. The one simple mistake women make that causes CRP levels to rise uncontrollably in the bedroom. The cost of quick and easy ways to flush CRP out of your body is normally $37 when bought separately. It's yours absolutely free. Simply download it in the next 30 seconds when you order Bioleptin right now. But to give you the latest science on effortless fat loss, as I've already done on this presentation, I'm also going to include a second free gift. Report number 2. It's called How to Lose Weight Without Dieting. It sounds unbelievable, but as I showed you with the 12-hour diet, you can eat almost anything you want and still lose weight. But what if there were more ways to hack your body with simple rhythm tricks? There are, in fact, several, and it all comes down to when you eat, not what. For example, do you know when you should eat breakfast after you wake up? Eating too early or too late can cause accidental weight gain. With this strategy, you'll never have to count calories again. What about the number of meals? A lot of diets recommend you have 6 smaller portions throughout the day. The latest science says that's completely wrong. I'll also tell you the one thing you must do 1 hour before sunset to help you lose weight naturally. It has nothing to do with food, exercise, or sleep, and it only takes 5 seconds. You'll be shocked at how effective this is. You'd have to pay $37 if you bought How to Lose Weight Without Dieting by itself, but I'm giving it to you free of charge once you order Bioleptin. As you can imagine, this has created an avalanche of orders. I'm not sure right now if we even have Bioleptin in stock at the time you're watching this. Below, you're either going to see 3 options to order Bioleptin, or you'll see a sign-up form to get on a wait list. If you see the sign-up for the wait list, that means we've run out of inventory, and unfortunately, we can't help you. However, if you do see 3 ordering options, it means we still have some stock. So you have 3 choices right now. Option 1, you can do nothing at all, you can continue to live your life and let unwanted CRP wreak havoc on your hormones and cause uncontrollable weight gain, leading to disease and possibly sending you to the hospital. Option 2, you can use the advice I've given you for free in this presentation. You can try to do it on your own. That's wonderful. I want you to get better and live a longer, fuller life. But I also want you to get results faster. That's why I want you to Option 3, try Bioleptin without risk. Try it for at least 2 weeks. The instructions are on the bottle. They're easy to follow. If you don't see results, we'll refund you every penny. You can still use the tips I've given you earlier. Everything will just go much faster. I want you to get your ideal weight soon, so you can live the life you were meant to. Because as you know, it's not your fault you can't lose stubborn fat. As you've seen now, high levels of C-reactive protein are swimming in your body right now, kidnapping your leptin and stopping it from getting to your brain, leaving your body hijacked, constantly hungry, always tired, adding excess fat that's impossible to get rid of, feeling sluggish, stressed out and anxious, literally aging faster. But what we haven't talked about is why this has happened. And I try not to talk about it, because when I do, it makes me so angry. You see, for the past 60 years, big food has quietly snuck increasing levels of dangerous chemicals into our food. Chemicals that make food tastier, more addictive, and has longer lasting shelf life, all so they can increase their bottom line. Some of these Frankenstein foods are making us sick in ways scientists don't even know yet. All of it is causing long-term disease, uncontrollable weight gain, and too many health problems to count. The average American's diet is so toxic today. Compared to how our grandparents ate decades ago, we're getting sick at younger ages, more often, and at greater risk. But you can take back control of this situation. You can start by reducing the CRP levels in your body so you can get back your energy, lose weight, and get back your body, and once again, live and enjoy your life. All you have to do is click the Add to Cart button below. and just try a bottle of Bioleptin. Now, to make this decision as easy as possible, if you act now, I'll also throw in this one-of-a-kind super bonus worth over $47. It's an expose called Big Food's Addictive Chemical X. You'll notice that you feel more energetic and that you have fewer cravings at odd hours. In fact, you may be surprised at your smaller appetite. Then, in a few days as you're getting dressed for the day, you'll notice your clothes slide on just a bit easier. And when you look in the mirror, you'll see that your clothes don't fit like they used to. A week later, your friends and family will start making comments about how you're different. You're more upbeat, you have more energy, and that's because it'll all be true. When your leptin is free of CRP, your brain will burn fat the way your body was meant to. And that means your metabolism will work like it was supposed to. What's more, if you choose to diet or exercise to accelerate your weight loss, not that you have to, you're going to find everything happening much more smoothly. You'll feel strong enough to go to the gym. You'll feel in control and avoid stress eating and junk food and anything you know is bad for you. When you shed pounds off, it stays off this time. That's the power of your leptin flowing freely again. You'll also notice your mind is clearer, like you can focus again. Everyone around you will notice this new you, how you're more attentive to those you care about, or you have a refreshed jolt of energy for your work. And that afternoon crash, it's gone. You don't feel a need for a nap or caffeine at 3 or 4 p.m. When you go to bed, you're not fighting with a craving. You're not tossing and turning because your brain is frazzled. You'll fall gently asleep, and you'll wake up the next morning as if you genuinely, truly feel rested for the first time in a long time. For some, this might take a day or two longer, Now, for others, it might be a week. However, one day, it'll happen. And on that day, getting your life back, it will hit you in the middle of the day when you least expect it. You could be doing errands or working or playing with your kids. You'll suddenly breathe slower, feel a calm quiet fall on you, and you'll realize everything is okay. You'll tear up a little because it's not a feeling you've had in a long time, where you're in control, that your life belongs to you, and you have the power to change it. You're no longer pounding your head against the wall, fighting against a weight problem you can't seem to beat no matter what you try. You can wear what you want again. You can have the body shape you want. And you can stop worrying about all the weight-related diseases that are killing millions of Americans today. And when you have that moment, you'll also feel a rush of gratitude, knowing that now you will live longer, healthier, and be present with the ones you love, your children, your grandchildren, your spouse, your friends. Until this moment, a part of your body was literally held hostage by CRP, snagging your leptin and preventing a crucial hormone in your body from doing its job, sabotaging your brain and slowing your metabolism down to a persistent crawl, putting you at risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. But no more, because in that moment, you'll realize you've beat it. And that's what I want for you. I want you to experience this moment as soon as possible. So go ahead, place your order. Download all the bonuses right now and begin your transformation starting tonight. Choose the option that best suits you below. Again, you have nothing whatsoever to risk. In fact, I'm taking all the risk. Even if you use an entire bottle and send it back, I'll still process your full refund. No questions asked. No need to feel bad or awkward. Mail it back and the money will be refunded to you right away. Again, this is Adam, and thank you for your time.